Welcome back, Year 4, and now we're going to have a look at Roman numerals. Again, lots of you have been on My Maths, I've seen, and have had a go at the Roman numeral task. It is one of these things that we don't use very often, and it can be a little bit difficult to remember, so I've got a little bit of a treat in store for you so that you can remember your Roman numerals and which order they go in. Okay, here we go. So, I'm going to tell you a little story about how to remember the order of Roman numerals, and it begins like this. There was once an iguana, and this iguana was having a lazy time in the sunshine and came across a field full of dandelions. Now, iguanas love dandelions, and this iguana decided it was going to eat the lot, and it ate so many dandelions that it became really, really full. So full, in fact, that it couldn't move and it didn't feel too good. So it decided that actually it was going to have to take a visit to the vets. So the iguana went to the vet. So we've got the iguana there and we've got the vet. And the vet said, well, iguana, I'm afraid you're going to have to be admitted into the vet until we can solve the problem with the amount of dandelions that you've eaten. So the vet said, because you are so huge with the amount of dandelions you've eaten, you are going to have to be put into one of our extra large cages. So the iguana thought, well, that suits me. That's just fine. I can have a nice rest there and digest my dandelions. Now the nurse, the veterinary nurse, was feeling very kind and said to the iguana, well, iguana, you can listen to your favourite CD whilst you are in your extra large cage at the vet's. And she got the CD player ready and she said to the iguana, if you just tell me what you would like to play, you can enjoy listening to some music. And there you go. That's the story of how best to remember your Roman numerals. So we have iguana for I, vet for V, XL for the extra large cage, CD for the CD player that the kind veterinary nurse brought, and music, which helped the iguana to relax and digest the dandelions. So here we've got the I, V, XL, CD, and M. The I, we all know, is showing 1, so it equals 1. The V, 5. The X, 10. Ooh, there we go. The L, 50. The C, 100. The D, 500. And finally, the M, 1000. And if we just recap the story again, we've got the iguana who ate too many dandelions, went to the vet who said you're going to have to be in an extra large cage, said that you could listen to some CDs and some music to help you digest your dandelions. Now to the maths work. So if we think about Roman numerals, we have to be very careful. So alert. You can only have 3 Roman numerals in a row. So for example, 30 would be XXX because we've got 10, 20, 30. So 40 can't be XXXX because we've gone over our 3 limit. So we can't have 10, 20, 30, 40. So 40 has to be 10 before or less than 50. So 40 looks like this, XL, and it's showing 10 before 50. So XL, it's a good way of remembering it, XL is 40. Right, okay, my turn. 85. I've got a little bit of a crib here, crib sheet, a little bit of help. So 85. I know I can't do 8 tens. No, because it goes over the 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a 50. So I'm going to have L. Oops, the wrong tool. There we go. I'm going to have 50 L, and then I'm going to have 3 X's. So I've got 50, 60, 70, 80. And that is my tens place value done. Tick. Okay, 5 in my ones place value. So I've got for my 5, the actual V, which is 5. So 85 looks like this. L, X, 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 V. 85. Done. Okay. Right, guys. Your turn. 28. Off you go. Okay. So what you should have done is, first of all, looked at your tens. And I've got 20, so I can do 10, 20. So 2 X's. All done. My ones, so for 8, I can have 5, 6, 7, 8. Doesn't go over my 3 quota, so 5, 6, 7, 8. So you should have done 28 as XX, V, I. Okay, next one, we're going to up to 3 digits. Here we go, my turn. So 600. I can't do 6 C's because that will go over my quota. So I've got to have 500 and then 100. So the 500 is D, and a C gives me 600 because I've got 500 and 100, 600. Done. Boom. That's hundreds column. Okay. Tens column next. 90. As we know, we can't do 9 X's. And, tricky one, I can't do 50 and 4 X's because that will go over my quota. So 90, I have to show is 10 before 100. So it's going to be 10 before the 100. So it's going to be XC, showing 10 before 100, which is 90. And 4. Okay, my ones column. Again, this one, we cannot do 4 I's. It doesn't work, it goes over our quota. So this time I've got to show 1 before 5. So I, V. There we go. DC, XC, IV. 694. Done. Right, guys, your turn. 567. Go. Okay, so 500, easy one to start, D. D is 500. 60. Okay, 60. Thinking about my tens column. I've done my hundreds. I can actually tick my hundreds done. 60. Again, an easy one. We've got 50 with L and 10 more makes 60. Done. Finally, 7. So I need 5 and 6, 7. So I've got D, L, X, V, I. 567. Done. Well done. Okay, next one. This is where we're going to turn our Roman numerals back into our digits that we know. So looking at this, I have got my hundreds, my tens, and my ones. So we're going to identify our hundreds first. So I've got D, which I know is 500. I've then got XC. Now, I wouldn't have the 500 and the X within the hundreds because that would be 510. So we know that goes into our tens column. So I'm starting with 500 for my D. So I can cross that out. Now I've got XC. We know that's telling us 10 before 100 because I've got the X meaning 10 and the C meaning 100. So 10 before 100 is 90. So in my tens column, I've got 90. So I'm going to cross those out. They are done. And finally, my ones column, I've got 5 here and 6, 7, 8. So my final digit is 8. And I can cross those out. And I have worked out that D, X, C, V, I is 598. Okay, your turn. Go for it. Okay, right. Hopefully you've had a good look at this and you've seen that you've got 3 hundreds here, 3 C's together. That's the maximum you can have, so you know that that's your hundreds. So we've got 100, 200, 300 for our hundreds column. And I can cross those out. They are done. Okay, my tens column now. So I can see straight away L. I've got 50 here, and I've got some tens, so they're part of my tens column. So I've got 50, 60, 70. Just checking it's not 9 here. Yep, well, I'm fine. So I've got 50, 60, 70. So 70 in my tens column. Cross those out. And finally, we're left with the ones. Now here, this is showing 1 before 5, which is 4. And I can cross those out. So CCC, LXX, IV is 374. Right, guys, so your job now is to go back onto My Maths if you would like to redo the Roman numerals task. If you found that one okay last time, then ask a grown-up in your house to write you out some 3-digit numbers and you turn them into Roman numerals, or ask them to write out some Roman numerals for you and you turn them back into digits. Have a go on My Maths, like I said, see if you can get 100%. If not, go for it and work out your own Roman numerals. Okay, hope you've enjoyed that. Let's finish off with a big smile to finish and watch out for the next maths lesson coming soon.